Good evening from Victory Field in Watertown, Massachusetts. The Watertown Channel presents exclusive coverage of Watertown High sports. Tonight, the Red Raider football team takes on what many experts feel is the best team in the Middlesex League, the Stoneham Spartans. Hello, everyone. I'm Jake Medanian, along with Ashley Davenport. And Ashley, tonight, Coach Al Lanai, in his fifth year with the Spartans and a record of 19-22-1, will feature the Division II Player of the Week in the person of running back Eric Lockhart. Last week, Lockhart had 224 yards on 22 carries. They featured a quarterback, number 20, John O'Donnell, and a running back, number 34, Del Greco. They're a big, strong team. They went to the Super Bowl last year. They lost to Acton Boxborough. They did get into the Super Bowl in a playoff, and it looks to be a pretty good game. The field is dry. The weather is perfect. There's very little wind. It's a great night for football.
It is a great night for football, Jake. And Watertown comes in with a record of 2-1. Their strong players are running back Tom Dicker, as everyone knows, and also the quarterback play of Paul Fantasia. This will be a good game of ball control. Both teams have very good ball control offenses, very good featured backs, and I look forward to a very good, strong game.
We have a couple of changes here. To start with, it looks like that Stoneham may have won the coin toss. They've elected to receive the football. We got a couple of changes here for Watertown on defense tonight. Mario Stratakis will be taking the place of Keith Langione at the right tackle spot. Joel Harris will be playing in the left linebacker spot in the place of John Deal. Tom Dicker playing the right linebacker slot in the place of Kevin DeRosa. And Andrew Allegro will be taking Dicker's spot at the safety spot. And we're just about ready for the kickoff. You're going to look at this kid, Eric Lockhart, tonight. He's wearing number 1. Like I said, 224 yards last week.
3 touchdowns, Jake.
3 touchdowns. They're a tough football team. They're strong. They're big. They got a lot of size and a lot of strength across the middle. Their offensive line looks very, very big. Watertown is going to have their hands full trying to contain that, and I think that might be one of the reasons that Coach McGovern put Dicker in the linebacker slot, maybe trying to take some of that running game away. And Dicker, being a big, strong kid himself, maybe being able to stop Lockhart. That's kind of what they're hoping for. We're just about set. Dicker will be kicking off. And we're going to pause for a moment for our national anthem. Well, that was the national anthem played for by the Watertown High School Red Raider Band, directed by Ms. Lisa Button. And Tom Dicker will be kicking off. The backs for the Stoneham Spartans will be number 10, Tom Adams, number 8, Derek McShane, and number 47, Jason Haggerty.
And all year long, Jake, the Watertown Red Raiders have set the pace right from the opening kickoff. Let's look for the same here. Number 59 on the Red Raiders has George Quick has always done a good job getting down and breaking the wedge.
There's a kick by Dicker. It's going to be down, stays in bounds. It stops at the one. He's got out of bounds at the 1 yard line. Just missed getting into the end zone. Watertown have to re-kick.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. Unless they're doing it like the pros now when they get it to 35. It doesn't look that way. Looks like they're going to re-kick it. Dicker kind of hit a squib on that one. Really didn't get his toe into it. So now they will be kicking from the 25-yard line.
No, 35-yard line, Jay. They start at the 40 normally.
That's right, 35-yard line.
As we're set for another kick.
Dicker tees it up again. He hits one a little bit better this time, again to the right side of the field, and this time it hits the stanchion or hits the cone. It is considered inbounds, and Stoneham will take over at the 20. Watertown's defense will be at left end, Scott Tatansky. At the left tackle, John Marcasano. The center, Mike Rossi. The right tackle, Marco Stratakis. And at the right end, Justin Schneider. The two linebackers, Joel Harris, Tom Dicker. The cornerbacks are John Castanino and Mark Timperio. And the safeties are Andrew Allegro and Paul Fantasia. First and 10 from the 20. Seems like we've been into this for a couple of minutes already. There's still 10 minutes starting on the clock.
And they get to run their first play.
The officials asking the Watertown team to back up off the sideline.
Now, for those of you who have followed Watertown throughout the season, you'll see the same type of offense in Stoneham that you've seen with Watertown. You see a strong quarterback play, strong backfields, and a strong feature back, which is their number one, Eric Lockhart.
Their quarterback, number 20, John O'Donnell, comes under center. Keeps it, runs to the right. Turns the corner, heads upfield, and he is knocked out of bounds at probably just about the 20-yard line. Doesn't look like he got a whole lot on that.
I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage, Jake.
And it will be...
Second and 10.
Second and 10, second and 9 maybe. Second and 10, no game.
Stone tried to come out and fool Watertown with a pass on the first play. And you also see some very good balance on Stoneham's team. They pass just as well as they throw. Although they have a good feature back in Eric Lockhart, the quarterback play is also very good.
O'Donnell back under center. I formation, there's the give to Lockhart. Lockhart comes across the 20 to about the 23, 24-yard line. He's stopped there by, it looks like, number 25 for Watertown. Nope, there is no 25 out there. It is number 55, Mike Rossi. 6'3", 215-pound guard. Nose tackle. 3rd and 6, ball's on the 24. Stoneham moving from my right to my left. O'Donnell on the center, I formation. He keeps it, runs to the right, actually gave it up the middle, faked me out, and here comes a big back bowling up the middle. That is number 32.
One of the tri-captains, Skip Carino.
Skip Carino with a big pickup of 15, 21 yards.
There's a flag on the play.
Face mask on Watertown.
Let's take a look at the replay.
He went to the first back, Carino. I think Watertown basically looking to key on Lockhart. Basically missed it, but Carino come flying through the middle.
That's the play before the give to Lockhart.
That was the play before.
And what you'll see in the I formation, Jake, is a lot of off-tackle runs. What they want to do is feature tackle to end and feature the outside. They try to break Lockhart outside or, again, break the fullback up the middle like they did in the last play.
1st and 10 from the 49, O'Donnell. Here's the give to Lockhart. Across the 45, down to about the 46-yard line for a pickup of 3, maybe 4 yards. The right side of the offensive line seems to be where they're running, Ashley, and obviously we're standing here looking at that, looking at them out in the field, and they're a big sort.
Yeah, they're a very big team. And again, when you run in the I formation, you look to have a very big line. You look to control the ball. It's power football, much like Watertown does with Tom Dicker. They try to power the ball between the tackles and then spring Lockhart on the outside. I formation again. Off tackle to the left side.
The give to Dicker, and he's hit and taken down by number 21, John Castanino. Looks like a pickup of maybe one.
No gain on that.
No gain. 3rd and 6. 7:45 remaining here in the first quarter at Victory Field.
Jake, right across the board, it looks like Stoneham has a huge offensive line.
I'm trying to pick up all of the numbers, and
number 60, number 7. Number 76, Tommy Cullen. Look at the size of him, 5'10", 269 pounds.
Yeah, you got number 73, John Travassos at 5'10", 175, which is pretty small for an offensive guard. Jason Schuster at 5'9", 202. O'Donnell under center. Here's the give again to, and he's dragged down at the, looks to be
what about the 41-yard line?
41, 42-yard line. That run was by number 32, Skip Carino, and it's going to bring up a 4th and about 3.
As you see, the size of it, also the backs are also fairly huge.
Well, Carino is 5'9", 172. Number 1 Lockhart, 5'11", 226. That's a good size for a back.
It's a very good size. They have some speed as well.
They are going to go for it. 4th and 2. Ball's on the 41. Watertown jumps offside, and I think that number 71, the center, flinched. They're going to march it off against Watertown. It's going to be a first down encroachment on Watertown. Looked like 4 or 5 guys in that defensive line jumps, and when that usually happens, somebody flinched on the offensive line.
Well, it's also a good call on 4th down for the offense to call it on the second sound rather than the first sound, because the defense is all keyed up to stop. All they have to do is stop a 2-yard gain. They gain possession of the ball, and that's an easy first down for Stoneham.
Now, I still think number 71, Jason Schuster, flinched on that. The line of scrimmage was basically in our sight line. There they go again. It's an offside on number 93 for Watertown. The run was by Eric Lockhart for a gain of maybe 4 yards. Number 93 for Watertown, George Paras, who's a pretty big boy himself at 6'1", 280 pounds. He jumped offside. And they are going to assess the penalty for 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 5.
It's going to be a challenge tonight, Jake, to see how the Watertown defensive line of Scott Tatansky, John Marchesano, Mike Rossi, Marco Sotakis, and Justin Snyder react to the ball control attempts of Stoneham.
Well, they're not going to help themselves. They keep getting nailed for encroachment penalties. They've just given them 10 yards in 2 plays, and that doesn't help.
And you can't give a team like Stoneham 3 yards.
Absolutely not.
Power right left.
O'Donnell under center again. Here's the give to Lockhart, where he is banged and bottled up and brought down at the 35-yard line. He's gang tackled Tom Dicker, Andrew Allegro, Martin Perio,
John
Castanino, all in on the tackle. That's going to be a loss of, looks to be about 3 yards. Should be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 9. 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Great pursuit on that one. They read the play very well. They had 4 or 5 guys in the Stoneham backfield, and they all made the hit. Stuck with it and stopped Stoneham for a 3 to 4 yard loss. I formation. Here's the give to Canino again. He's hit. We got a flag on the play. And all I saw was a bunch of black jerseys and one Stoneham guy, Carino. And that's going to tell me,
looks like they're,
is the official. We got a hold.
Hold on Stoneham.
That'll knock them back 10 yards. It'll be 2nd and 19.
Here comes
Here's
a replay
on it. Look like number 76, Tommy Cullen. Offensive tackle, 5'10", 269, class of 97. Looked to be guilty of the infraction. Moves the ball back down to the 43-yard line. Should be 2nd and 19.
And Jake, the way you try to attack a power I offense, you try to stay in your lanes, try to stand your man up on offense. You don't want to let the running backs have a running start. You want to get them before they hit a head of steam, before they can see the holes, before they can cut. And that's the best way and most effective way of stopping this power I offense.
I formation again, Carino and Lockhart. O'Donnell under center. Here's the give, second back, Lockhart comes across to about the 35 where he's bottled up, and he is just buried, and he might have gotten 1, maybe 2 yards. This is going to bring up a 3rd, maybe 15. Ball's going to be spotted at, looks exactly the 41-yard line.
Look for Stoneham to try to spread Watertown out now and throw a pass out to the corner and try to beat the corners one-on-one.
3rd and 15 from the 41. 3-back set. Number 5 in motion. Dom Domortski.
Almost intercepted.
Great
Number
play.
11, Alandro Allegro almost came up with that ball, Jake.
Just barely missed picking that ball off. And O'Donnell took quite a hit from number 55, Mike Rossi, as he released that ball.
Good pressure by the defensive line.
4th and 15.
On that play, Stoneham tried to overload the right-hand side and try to go right behind Allegro, but we're not able to do so.
They got to be punting here. It looks like number 30, Jason Painter. There's the snap. The punt. It's a squib. It's going to go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and Watertown will take over at the 20. So Watertown held on. The defense bent a little bit again, and we've been saying that. Obviously, I was here for game 1, missed game 2. I was at a wedding down in the Vineyard, and their defense bent a lot in game 1. I didn't see game 2, like I said, but Watertown's defense didn't break in game 1, and they haven't broken yet. So
no, they haven't. And against a team like Stoneham, you need to establish that you can hold the other team's offense. They've done so in the first half, in the first quarter. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. Watertown with their first possession as Dicker lines up in the I formation.
Dicker and DeRosa. There's the snap. The gives to Tom Dicker. He comes across the middle. Breaks through. Fumbles the football. Stoneham recovers. Number 34, Greg Del Greco. Dicker came right across. Looked like he'd picked up 5-6 yards. Tried to get just a couple more, and the ball just slipped right out of his hands.
Let's go to the replay. Dicker.
You'll see it right here.
Comes to his right. Had a little daylight in the outside.
Found an
right
opening.
there.
He didn't get hit when he lost that. I think it just slipped out of his hands.
I don't think he ever had control of that ball, Jake. I think right from the beginning, he never had control of it.
So the defense comes back on the field. Stoneham's offense back on the field. 2:56 remaining in the first quarter. 0-0 if you've just joined us.
Almost right back to the same spot where they punted from.
Basically. Here they come again. Here's the pitch to Lockhart. Comes to the right. He's hit, brought down after a gain of about 3 yards, 4 yards maybe. He's brought down by number 21, John Castanino, on a great tackle by Castanino, stopping him by himself. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
But Watertown doing a good job of not letting the backs from Stoneham gain full speed and go through the line of scrimmage. Even so, it was about a 4-yard gain, 3-yard gain in the last play.
Checking in at right safety is Paul Fantasia, comes in for Andrew Allegro. Or checked up, not for Allegro. O'Donnell back to pass, looks deep down the middle of the field, and just overthrows Carino. I'll tell you, he had him wide open, and he just overthrew him by a couple of yards. Watertown's defense is going to have to get back and play that man a lot tighter than that. You can't allow guys to get behind you like that.
And Watertown was lucky because it looked like number 21, John Castanino, actually held him when he was about 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. And they were lucky that not only they didn't catch the ball, but a penalty wasn't called on John.
Third and 7 from the 34. You see the Watertown cheerleaders. They are supervised by Terry Doherty, doing a wonderful job. High formation, Carino and Lockhart. Here's the quick give to Carino across the middle. Break. We got a flag on the play. He got down to about the 25-yard line, but I think we got a hold on. I think we've got a hold on Stoneham.
I think we also might have a legal motion as well. Let's take a look at the replay. A little confusion right at the start as the left end lines up. Here you have 2 people in motion at the same time.
2 people in motion at the same time, the left end and the running back. That's illegal motion.
Now that would have been okay, Jake, if the motion man had stopped for a second before the snap of the ball. When you have 2 people in line, 2 people in motion at the same time, but he didn't, and that's why they got the motion call.
So you can have 2 guys moving, but you've got to, at the same time, but you've got to have one of them stop.
That's true.
Before the snap.
True. Or if you have one person moving, he can continue in motion right through the snap. But you have 2 people, they both have to set for a second before anyone else can be in motion again.
Here they come again. Coming out wide to the left is Tom Adams. O'Donnell rolls to his left. He's grabbed by Tom Dicker and slammed down at the 46-yard line. Tom Dicker with the sack. That's going to bring up close to a 4th and 20, and the defense did a great job. Here's a replay on this one. You're going to see Dicker come busting right up the inside from the right linebacker slot.
Stone looking for a little quick look, and not
he
there.
He reads it, he reads it, he reads it, he sees him. He's got nobody to throw to when Dicker comes in, makes a great hit. Mr. Everything, Tom Dicker, back to punt again. Number 10, Tom Adams.
Back to receive is Fantasia and Dicker.
Here's the punt.
Nice high punt.
Left side.
Fantasia will let it go.
It's into the end zone. Touchback again. Number 10, the punter actually just missed down that football. He not only hit it, but he got down there in an awful hurry.
And it just missed being knocked out at the 1-yard line. Big break for Watertown.
Big play by Tom Dicker on the sack on 3rd down to stop Stoneham's chances again. Here comes Watertown up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 20. Fantasia, the give to Dicker, up the right side. Carries across to about the 31-yard line where he's dragged down after an 11-yard gain. Should be a 1st down for Watertown. Like to go over the offense for Watertown real quick. The tight end, Justin Schneider. The 2 tackles are Joe Ayubi and Mike Rossi. The guards, George, I'm going to pronounce this one wrong, C-I-U-C, Chooch. And John Deal, the center, John Marcasano. Paul Fantasia, a quarterback. Dicker, DeRosa, Timperio, and Castanino, the backs. Here's the give to Dicker again up the right side. Picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards. Tom Dicker really starting to rip it up. It's going to be, looks like 2nd and maybe 4. Again, the right side of the offensive line. George Chooch, Joe Ayubi, Marcasano doing a great job. And we got a timeout on the field.
That's the end of the 1st quarter.
Yeah, actually, Watertown's got the ball on the, it's going to be about the 41-yard line. As Watertown will now move from our right to left. I'd like to take a second here.
Standings in Division II, Jake.
Go through the league. Division II standings are in 1st place. Actually, there are quite a few undefeated teams. In the Middlesex League, you got Melrose and Wakefield and Reading at 3-0. Belmont at 2-1. Lexington, Watertown at 2-1 or 2-1-0. Belmont, Lexington, and Watertown, yeah. And Stoneham, Woburn, Burlington, and Winchester Actually, Stoneham and Woburn at 1 and 2. Burlington and Winchester at 0 and 3.
And the fourth leading scorer in the Division II is Tom Dicker with 5 touchdowns, 1 2-point conversion, 3 1-point conversions,
And a field goal for 38 points. But the leader is Kevin Fildago of Boston Latin. He's got 72 points. He's got 11 touchdowns, 2 2-pointers, 11 touchdowns. He's head and shoulders above everybody else out in the football field. And Eric Lockhart, who's being featured here tonight, has 5 touchdowns. He's down there in the top 10, 11 guys.
Yep, he's at 10th.
Go back to the action here. It's 3rd and 3 from the 38. Just underway in the second quarter. High formation to Roser and Dickham. Here's the give to Dicker. Dicker busts up the right side again, carries it across the 40, across the 45 to about the 46-yard line, where he is stopped by number 47.
Tom Dicker
Jason Haggerty
looks extremely quick off the ball this week. That's the 4th carry he's had, and each time he's hit the line very quickly.
And he's running the right side of the field. If I remember correctly, the first week 1, he was running the left side with John Deal and Mike Rossi, along with the center John Macasano providing the protection in the blocking for him.
Well, Watertown can run
on the right.
They can run either way, right or left. They have a very strong offensive line, and they run that power football. And again, I like them in the I formations they've done the last couple times. It gives the Dicker time to read the field and see the holes.
Split formation. There's a give to DeRosa. DeRosa is dragged down at about the 45-yard line for a loss of 2. Great tackle by number 1, Eric Lockhart, assisted by number 59. On the tackle for Stoneham is Tim Sullivan. Nope, check that. It's Errol Flynn. I thought he passed away years ago. Doesn't he have his hands in cement on the boulevard in Hollywood?
That's what I thought.
2nd and 11 from the 45.
But DeRosa and Dicker are back strong. I think they're a little banged up last week, but they look strong this week.
High formation. Here's the give to Dicker across the left side. Picks up about 4, maybe 5 yards right at the 50-yard line.
Dicker again hitting the hole extremely quick.
And he is hurt. He's down for a second, but he gets right back up. He's got a slight limp there, it looks like.
Let's go to the replay and see what
he's coming off the field. You'll see him take the ball, come to the left side of the field. Right there, it looks like he got hit right in the shin. Watertown looks like it's called a timeout. Give Dicker a second. He's being attended to by the trainer.
Let's go back to that play one more time, Jake, and see if we can see exactly what happened. You see Dicker cutting off the left-hand side, and he's tackled around the ankles. And I'm not sure if it was the late hit or it was the other hit that did it.
He was attended to on the side of the field by trainer Steve DeBenedetti.
There it is. The late hit right in the back.
Yeah.
Looked like it might have just knocked the wind right out of Tommy.
He's back up. Unfortunately, he's got to sit in one play. 3rd and 6. DeRosa and Temperio in the backfield. Here's the give to DeRosa. No, it's a keeper by Fantasia, and he gets up to about the 45-yard line for a gain of 5, and it's going to be, looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 46. It's going to be 4th and 3.
Fantasia came one step away from breaking that play.
Absolutely. Dicker back in. Brings a play in, gives it to Fantasia. Call Fantasia the quarterback. Big play for Watertown. 4th and 2 on the 46. Fantasia gives to Dicker. Dicker busts and he's hit and slammed down at the 46-yard line for no gain.
I don't think he made it.
Big tackle by number 58 for Stoneham, Tim Sullivan, who's assisted by number 59, Errol Flynn again. Well, they keyed on him right then and there, and they knew where the ball was going.
Big play by number 32 on Stoneham, who busted up the hole. Number 32, one of the tri-captains, Skip Carino, came through and took away the angle for Tom Dicker to go through and make that play.
Stoneham will take over on the 45-yard line, on their own 45-yard line, moving left to right in the white jerseys, Watertown in black with the familiar red helmet. Here's the give to the first back, number 32, Carino. He busts it down. He comes down to about the 32-yard line on a big gain. About a 25-yard scamper by Carino. That's a real quick give off the snap of the ball, Ashley.
That's a very quick give. That's what you want to have on the offense. You want to have some quick gains right up the middle. It's a power offense. So, and here's a replay. We'll see exactly what we have. A big quick play on left-hand side. That's just power football.
1st and 10 from the 33. Here's a snap, fumble on the play. And it looks to me like Stoneham has recovered it. That was just a real bad transfer from the center. Number 71, Jason Schuster, the quarterback, John O'Donnell. And they came very close to losing that football. Fortunately for Stoneham, they did recover.
It must be kind of hard to snap the ball when you have somebody the size of Mike Rossi standing right over you. 6'3", 215 pounds. It must be hard to snap the ball.
The officials out there drying the thing off now. Might have had a little moisture. It's rained very hard here yesterday and all day today. Rain finally subsided at about 1:30 this afternoon. Field's actually in surprisingly very good condition. O'Donnell. Here's the give to Lockhart. Busts up the right side. Gets hung up in the line of scrimmage by his own man. And he stopped at, it looks to be about the 26-yard line, 27-yard line.
Well, in these conditions, Jake, the weather favors the team that... Actually, it doesn't really favor either team because both teams that run the same type of offense. They both run a ball control, power type offense. They don't really throw the ball that much, so the field conditions don't really favor either team.
3rd and 5 from the 27. 5:15 remaining in the first half. O'Donnell on the center. Here's the quick give again to Carino, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage. And a fumble play, but I think they're going to call it down. The whistle blew, I think, before the ball came loose. And they're going to give it to Stoneham. He picked up about 3 yards, and he got hit. And I don't know that he was down before the ball came loose, but the official's whistle sounded, and obviously that stops the play.
Looked like a big hit by Tommy Dicker right up the middle. Here's the replay. Big hit by Tommy Dicker. And the ball was on the ground way before he
Absolutely.
That was a fumble.
That was a quick whistle by the officials.
That was a fumble. That was a good hit by Tommy Dicker.
Time out by Stoneham. Kind of a tough call by the officials there. That ball seemed to be loose before he was down. Very similar to the Patriots. Maurice Hurst getting the interference call on him.
And with the exception of the one big play, Watertown's done a good job of containing this high-powered offense of Stoneham. Very good job.
Well, they had the one scamper for about 25 yards, and other than that, Watertown's done a good job. And it's going to be 4th and 3 from the 25-yard line.
Again, another big play for Watertown.
Well, let's see if Watertown's defense is up to it one more time. Again, we could probably assume that the ball is going to go to either Carino or Lockhart. We did see O'Donnell throw the ball once and just overthrow his receiver.
I think the pass rush of Watertown is just too much to throw effectively against them. If anything, they might do a short looking pass or a play action pass.
Maybe a quick slant over the middle or something like that.
That's about it. Too much pressure at the middle from the throw a deep pass.
There's the give to Carino. He is...
It's going to be
I
close.
think he stopped. I don't think he got it. He looks like he got to just
That's going to be close.
I don't think he has it. I don't think he's got it either.
I don't think he has it.
I think he picked up maybe 2.
It all depends on the spot. He did spin down. The spot they give him here, I don't think he's got the first down. I think it's Watertown ball, but they will measure.
It certainly doesn't look it.
Here's the replay.
See the replay on it. I don't think he's got it.
I don't think so.
It's going to be very close. And again, it is... Nope, Watertown defense
ball.
holds again. Great job by Watertown's defense. 3 sets in a row.
And again, break. Bend, but don't break.
That's it. Here comes the offense again.
I think it was a real good move by Coach Buster McGovern to put Tom Dicker, linebacker. You can see he's made a difference already. He's made about 4 or 5 huge plays to contain the offense of Stoneham.
Well, we alluded to that before the game, and again, it wasn't very smart on Coach McGovern's part, putting Dicker in his linebacker spot where he's got a chance to come up and make the hit. You know, being a big, strong kid that he is, come up and make the hit on Lockhart and Carino before they get a full head of steam going.
Watertown in the eye.
Fantasia to give to Dicker. We got a flag on the play. He was dropped for maybe a 1-yard loss, maybe just got back to the line of scrimmage. And we are going to have a hold on Watertown. And the way the flag came out, it looked like it was probably the left end or the tight end, Justin Schneider.
And here's the replay.
Boy, I didn't see it. Certainly wasn't Justin Schneider because I keyed on him on the replay. And
now you're allowed to use your hands when you're blocking on the offense. You just can't use your hands outside the frame of the defensive man.
Right.
And it looked like his left hand might have gotten outside the frame, but he quickly took it down and cut him. It looked like a very good block. And again, a controversial call by the officials.
1st and 10 from the 23. Fantasia back under center. Here's the snap. Fantasia keeps. He breaks it to the outside. A good block by Allegro. Here comes Fantasia. He's down to the 40, down to the 30, 25, 20, 15, and touchdown Watertown.
Touchdown Paul Fantasia.
And that is going to have gone for 77-yard run by Paul Fantasia. No flags on the field. And Watertown breaks out to a 6-0 lead. That was a great block by number 11, Andrew Allegro, taking out the right safety for Stoneham.
Beautiful execution on that play. Again, Andrew Allegro sealed off the left-hand side option, and Paul Fantasia did the rest.
Well, he had 4 guys chasing him down the left sideline for Stoneham, and they just didn't have the speed to keep up with Paul Fantasia. 77-yard scamper, 4:13 remaining in the first half, and Watertown goes up 6-0. And I'll tell you, this is the type of thing that can pump up a football team. You know, again, last year, we're sitting here watching them against Woburn, and Woburn was expecting to go to the Super Bowl. Watertown comes out and beats them 20-0. Well, it's the same type of thing. You tend to get fired up for the bigger teams, don't you, Ashley?
Oh, you most definitely do. And also, it fires up the crowd, it fires up your bench, just fires everybody up. And they came out ready to play right from the first snap anyway. And this could do nothing but help.
Let's take a look at it here on replay. You're going to see a great block by Andrew Allegro coming up right there. I'll tell you, he almost got away with a clip there.
Well, I think the man turned his back.
Yeah.
And as we see the speed of Paul Fantasia. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Tom Dicker will attempt the extra point. The ball will be held by Paul Fantasia.
And you can see that long touchdown run has almost deflated the Stoneham team.
Well, I'll tell you, their sideline is dead right now as expected. I mean, when a team breaks one for 77 yards as well as Stoneham has played, they've moved the football up and down the football field and have yet to come away with a point. There's the snap. There's a fake.
For the two-point
pitch
conversion.
to Dicker. He fumbles. The ball is covered up by Watertown, and that was just a botched play all the way around. So the score is going to remain 6-0. And Watertown will kick off.
But that's also a good call by Coach McGovern because at home you want to go for the win.
Absolutely, and if that play works, you know, he's a hero and he looks great. You know, people do second guess. You get a lot of armchair quarterbacks. You know, playing college ball, it's you know, you always get armchair quarterbacks and people second guessing you.
But you like.
Let's take a look
at that long touchdown run and see if that block by number 11, Andrew Allegro, was actually a clip. As you see here on the outside, Fantasia breaks the outside.
No, he turned.
He turned.
The defensive back turned right in. That was number 26, John Nemorowski, and he turned right around on him just as he was about to get hit. That's not a clip.
Not at all. But sometimes referees will just see the end of it and see the person hit him in the back. That's a good call by the officials, a good non-call by the officials, and a good play, good execution by the Red Raiders. And again, look for the Red Raiders to kick it deep and set the pace again on this kickoff.
Dicker ready to kick. Number 10, Tom Adams back. Number 8, Derek McShane on the left. There's the kick. It's a low line squib. It's picked up by McShane. McShane comes across the 30. Breaks it to the outside a little bit, gets dragged down at about the 30, 31-yard line.
Mark Temperio on the stop.
Great job, but Mark Temperio's played well all year long.
I think the whole Watertown team has played well. You can tell they're very well coached, they're very well disciplined, and you can see it especially on defense, the way they keep their lanes. And
you know, also, excuse me, Ashley, but with no wind tonight, I'm surprised at Dicker's kicks. Could they be kicking the ball that way to keep the ball away from their strength?
Oh, most definitely. The same way you don't want the backs to get a full head of steam, they don't want the kickoff return man to get a full head of steam either.
Again, an I formation. Carino and Lockhart. O'Donohue gives to Lockhart. He is swarmed under and buried for a loss of maybe 2 to 3 yards. The hit by number 66 for Watertown. Tritakis at 5'9", 210 pounds. He just put that big frame on him and held on.
And number 67, Brian Curran, also in the stop.
You're going to see the replay. You're going to see Tritakis come in from the left side.
And number 67, Brian Curran, also making the initial hit.
Host of other Watertown players in as a supporting cast on that play.
Again, you can see how well coached they are. They're not losing their lanes. They're not getting blocked. They're not letting Stoneham get to their body, and they can make plays like that.
2nd and 12 from the 29. 3:22 remaining in the first half. O'Donohue takes the snap. Back to pass. Looks to his right. He's got Del Greco where he's immediately driven out of bounds.
Big hit by Tom Dicker at the end of the play.
Number 11, Andrew Allegro, also in on the tackle. That was a gain of maybe 4, maybe 5 yards. Actually looks like a gain of about, well, it depends on the spot. Wait for the Watertown team to just slide out of the way a little bit.
It's about a 5, 4.5.
I'm going to spot the ball on the 37-yard line. He needed to get to about the 41.5. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 6 they put on the board.
But again, good pressure up the middle by the Watertown defensive line.
Well, they're making Stoneham spread their offense.
Most definitely.
3-back set. Again, O'Donohue back to pass. What a great hit by... We'll get back to that in a second.
That should be a flag.
He's got it. He's got the clip.
Good.
He's got the clip. There was a phenomenal hit in the backfield. Number 78, Danny Snyder, absolutely planted number 78, John Marcassano, who's trying to come up the middle, and that is a great block by the guard. We'll see that play right after the call. We got
holding.
Holding, actually, he's calling it, not a clip on Stoneham. That's a great play going back for nothing. We're going to take we're taking a look at it right now, as a matter of fact.
Look at the
top left-hand
side. The holding was thrown back in the direction and run around the 40-yard line, so it was a little bit off our screen. And they mark it 10 yards from the spot of the infraction.
So it's going to be
3rd down, about 3.
3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 looks like about it. Don't they take that back to the line of scrimmage?
No, they don't. They mark it off from the spot of the infraction. So I think it's a 10-yard penalty. So the penalty happened right around the 50, and they marked it back down to right inside the 40-yard line.
Stoneham calls a timeout with 2:34 remaining in the first half. Stoneham's ball, 3rd and 2 on the 39-yard line. And I'll tell you, that hit by I've actually forgotten who it was now for Stoneham. Just an absolutely great hit. Might have been Danny Schneider on Marcassano. Marcassano was in on the sack on that the play previous to this last one. And I'll tell you, I was sure he had a sack, and Danny Snyder stepped in, and he knocked Marcassano on his backside.
And that made the play, because he was able to get the corner and maybe get a big gain, although they had a holding penalty. But again, good pressure up the middle, right from the Watertown defensive line. They're not going to give Stoneham a time to throw.
No, not at all. Watertown gets back out onto the field. Here comes Stoneham now. Again, 3rd and 2 from the 39, 2:34 remaining. Watertown leads this one 6-0.
You see both teams doing what a lot of high school teams do on a timeout. They bring their whole team over to the sidelines so the coaches can talk to them.
Well, as you know, in high school football, you get 5 timeouts a half. Here's Coach McGovern with the hat, just walking up the sideline, heading towards the left. Here's the snap. O'Donnell looks, fakes, throws again. It's caught, and he's breaking down the left sideline. He's in a foot race with Tom Dicker.
And Tom Dicker
catches
the touchdown.
Tom Dicker caught number 10, Tom Adams.
Did you see the speed of Tom Dicker on that play?
Well,
he must have been back 10 yards and made it up.
At least. I mean, he just turned on the afterburners. I'd love to get a look at this. We're going to right now. You're going to see a quick flare pass to the left here. O'Donnell to Adams. And he breaks a tackle by number 9, Fantasia. And he takes off. And look at Dicker come from the backside. Pulls him down at what looks to be about the 11-yard line, 10-yard line. 1st and 10, 2 minutes remaining. We got a timeout, 2 minutes remaining in the 2-minute warning.
This is a crucial series for the Watertown Red Raiders. If they can hold them here or hold them to a field goal, it'll be more than just a moral victory.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the one big play hurt him, just like Watertown had the one big play with Fantasia scampering 77 yards. You know, Fantasia kind of went for the pick, I think, on that last play.
He seemed to lose his footing at the last second. Looks like he had a bead in the ball. He saw where it was coming and just missed it at the last second.
Absolutely. That gave Adams the chance to break it open down the left sideline. Fortunately for Watertown, Dicker with that great speed came out and caught up to him and made the tackle. O'Donohue, quick give to Carino, up the middle, down to about the 5, maybe the 4-yard line, depending upon the spot. 2nd and 5.
About a 3-yard gain. They marked it, his knee was down, backing around the 6-7 yard line.
Yep, they still spotted at the 7-yard line, it looks like from here. 2nd and 6 from the 7. 1:35 remaining. Clock still running. Again, a 2-back, 3-back set. Number 5 is also out there, Don Domatarski. There's the give to Lockhart. He is stopped and bottled up. Maybe a loss of 1. And a timeout is called by Stoneham. That should be the 3rd timeout, I believe.
With 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go in the half.
Looks like they've spotted the ball maybe on the 7.5 to 8-yard line. 3rd and 7 on the 8-yard line. So that was a loss of a yard. Another great job by the Watertown defense so far.
Jake, you might want to look for a play-action pass here because everybody's thinking they're going to run the power eye, give it to Lockhart, or number 34 up the middle. It might be a good time for them to run a play-action pass.
There's Kevin Gilday and Charlie Vento, a couple of the Watertown coaches, talking to Tom Dicker. Obviously sending in their defensive set, what they want to run, how they want to run it.
They're probably telling them to look out for the play-action pass.
I hope so. Dicker back to the huddle. Here comes Stoneham.
Stoneham with the big offensive line. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go in the half. Stoneham with 3rd down on the 7-yard line. They could get a 1st down within the 1-yard line.
3rd and 7 from the 8. 2-back set again. John O'Donnell with the snap, rolls to his right, looking. Comes up and he is slammed, knocked down at the 4-yard line. A great tackle by number 9, Tall Fantasia, and number 35, Mark Timperio.
And again, the spot is important here because they could have gotten the 1st down if they broke the 1-yard line.
I don't think they're going to put that ball down on the 2 to 3 yard line.
Again, play action, roll to the right.
You're going to see Fantasia come in first, right there along with, Tom Dicker was in on it also. Great job. Looks like they spotted on the 2-yard line. It's 4th and 1.
4th down and 1 for the 1st down and 2 for the touchdown. 55 seconds left to go in the half.
More importantly, Stoneham just called another timeout, and that might be their last timeout of the half. 4th and 1 from the 2. Stoneham can essentially get a first down here.
I think there's no mystery as to what they're going to do on this play. It's probably be Lockhart.
Probably Lockhart right up the middle.
Or right off tackle.
Let's go, tuck it up. Tuck it up when they're trying to snap the ball. Tuck it up.
As you hear the Watertown players urging the bench to tuck it up and get behind their defense.
The official has told them again a second time to get off the football field. Here comes Stoneham. 4th and 1 from the 2. Again, they can get a first down. There's 55 seconds exactly remaining in this first half. Watertown leads at 6-0. They had a fake attempt at the extra point. Botched play from Fantasia to Dicker. Was unsuccessful. Here's the snap by O'Donohue. The give to Carino, and he powers in off tackle to the right side for the touchdown, making it 6-6.
That's still a good defensive series for the Watertown Red Raiders.
Look at the size of the kid for Stoneham that just came out in the field. I'm trying to get his number. It's number 9. Number 79, it looks like it might be.
Bob
6'5", 320-pound guard.
That makes a hell of a hole.
Oh, yeah. Number 30, the Jason Painter. The kick ball's down. The kick is up, and it is...
No good.
It is good.
It is good.
So Stoneham goes out to a 7-6 lead. Look at the size of the kid coming off the field, Ashley. Right side, just getting over to his bench now. 6'5",
320 pounds.
320 pounds.
Is a good look at him.
There he is. And again, his name is
Look compared to number
Bob
54.
Mastapetro. He's an offensive tackle.
54. Just to give you a reference for how 50.
Here's we're going to go back to the replay on the touchdown. Here's the Carino coming right in the right side. Take another look at it.
And they ran right behind the big guy.
Number 50 for Stoneham.
51 seconds left.
Eric Yanni, 5'10", 249-pound offensive tackle.
Again, Stoneham has good size at the middle.
Kicking off for Stoneham, number 30. Jason Painter back deep. Mark Temperio and Tom Dicker. Painter, a left-footed kicker. Hits one down. Taken by Dicker. Across the 20, across the 30, where he's dragged down at the, looks like about the 30-yard line. Watertown will take over at the 30, their own 30, 45 seconds remaining.
There's still some time. Watertown has four timeouts remaining. 45 seconds left to go in the half. And with some passes to the outside and a few timeouts, they could get in position for a field goal.
That's an eternity, too, 45 seconds with 4 timeouts. Don't forget, in high school and college, they stop the clock to move the chains.
Most definitely. They stop the clock on an out of bounds and also on an incomplete pass attempt.
Here's the give to Kevin DeRosa right up the middle, across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
And again, they spread the defense out and tried the quick hitter up the middle.
Timeout Watertown, 39 seconds. Got a pretty good crowd on hand tonight, just considering the cold and raw that's been out here for the past 2 days. Good crowd here, pretty good contingency of Stoneham people also on the other side of this field.
This is a big game in the Middlesex League.
Fantasia, behind center, keeps.
Fantasia with a nice fake
Brought down at the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and maybe...
I think they got the first down.
Well, he may have. Yeah, looks like the spot's going to give it to him. From here, it certainly looks like it.
Yep,
first
he did
down.
get the first down. That stops the clock as they move the
They move
change.
the change, 32 seconds remaining. Ball's on Watertown's 41.
But realistically, Jake, they probably do need a big play in order to get down to the field goal range.
Checking in for Watertown right now is Marshall Carter, a tight end at 6'5", 230 pounds. He's going to go wide to the right. Number 21, John Castanino, wide to the left, so we may see somebody throw the ball here. He's back.
Nice catch.
Caught by number
83.
Number 83 is Justin Snyder. Nice grab by the tight end. And he's holding his left thigh.
Well, he came over the middle and reached back for that ball. Anytime you go over the middle and reach back, you leave yourself very exposed.
I'll tell you, he may have pulled something just turning back for that ball. I don't know if it was the hit or just turning back, but he's...
And you see, here's the replay.
Let's take a look, see if we can...
As he cuts the middle, reaches back, leaves himself exposed, and takes a big hit, but holds on to the ball. Good job.
Good job holding on to the football.
Good
He's
job.
down, being attended to by Steve DeBenedetti. He's back up. I think he just cramped up. He's back up and ready to come back in again. As we mentioned earlier, he's got to sit for one play.
22
seconds remaining, 2nd and 4 from the 47. Watertown trails by a point, 7-6. Fantasia back to pass, big rush. Throws it out to the outside to Tom Dicker. Breaks one tackle, but he's gang tackled and dragged out of bounds at inside their own 40-yard line, probably at about, actually about the 45, 46, 47-yard line.
And again, we call the name Skip Carino, one of the tri-captains of Stoneham, who read the play right from the start and was right on Dicker. And
number 26, John Numerowski, also in on the tackle.
that's also a good call in that situation because everybody's expecting you to pass, and screenplay should work. But it was a good
The play
job.
really never
32.
developed. It didn't develop as smooth as it should have.
But good job on number 32, Skip.
Castanino, wide right. Number 80, Carter, wide left. Here's the give to Dicker. He's gang tackled at, looks to be about the 50, maybe the 49-yard line, depending upon the spot. And that's the end of the first half. They're going to let it run out. Watertown trails, 7-6. A 77-yard touchdown run by Paul Fantasia. Missed extra point. A big play by Tom Adams on a reception, all the way down to about the 10-yard line. Finally tackled from behind by Tom Dicker. Watertown's played well this half, Ashley.
They played very well. Both teams are attempting to control the line of scrimmage, and neither one has really let up the big play, the real big play, other than that 77-yard touchdown run by Paul Fantasia. It's been well contested, well played first half by both teams, and it's a good game.
Well, with the exception of the one big play by Stoneham, it's a great play. Watertown's defense has been exceptional.
Been exceptional. They have been.
We are going to take a break, and we will see you with some halftime statistics in just a little bit in the beginning of the second half. Welcome back to Victory Field. Tonight, Watertown and the Stoneham Spartans. The Watertown Red Raiders trail this one 7-6. A 88-yard run. As we have been corrected, we initially said it was 77 yards by Fantasia. It was an 88-yard run. And we've got some halftime stats here. And Ashley, why don't you tell us about them?
Well, Tom Dicker was wasn't even the leading rusher this time. We had Paul Fantasia as the leading rusher with 97 yards on 2 carries.
Well,
Put him at
88
yard
yards
touchdown.
came on a touchdown.
Run. Dicker had 43 yards on 8 carries. DeRosa had 4 yards on 2 carries. On the other side, Stoneham, Watertown's done a good job of containing the big runner, Lockhart. He's had 11 yards on 9 carries, with three carries for negative yards and 1 carry for 0 yards. Good job on Lockhart. Carino, 59 yards on 7 carries with a 2-yard touchdown run. O'Donnell, the quarterback, 11 scrambling yards on 4 scrambles. And passing, O'Donnell also was 2 for 4 for 56 yards, but also including that big play, which is for 50 yards.
Watertown played a good half of football along with Stoneham. We're about to start the second half. Kicking off for Stoneham, Jason Painter. Back deep for Watertown, number 29, Tom Dicker. And number 35, Mark Timperio. And we are just about set to get underway. Here's the whistle. Here's the kick by Painter. It's kicked to the left side of the field. It's picked up by Timperio. Comes across the 20, 25, 30. Breaks 1 tackle. Gets up to about the 34-yard line. And Watertown will take over 1st and 10 at about the 34. That was a pretty good run back by Timperio.
Good run back. Gives them good field position. One thing Watertown thrives on is emotion. And they've come out of the locker room fired up, ready to play. Watch for Dicker to have some big yardage on this drive.
Watertown comes back out in the I formation. DeRosa the up back. Dicker behind him. Fantasia under center. Here's the give to Dicker across the left side, across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. A gain of about 4.
Again on offense for the Red Raiders, Justin Snyder, number 83, the senior tight end. Mike Rossi, number 55, the tackle, left side. John Deal, number 68, the center. Number 78, John Marchesano, the senior. On the right side, the guard, George Chooch, the junior. And Joe Ayube, number 65, the senior tackle on the right side. Split end number 11, Andrew Allegro, Tom Dicker, Fantasia DeRosa round out the backfield.
Here's the pitch to Dicker. Dicker comes around the right side. He's being chased by a couple of guys, puts his head down, and he's knocked out of bounds on a great hit for Stoneham by number 47, Jason Haggerty. And I'll tell you, that's the first time I've seen Dicker get out on a one-on-one tackle.
Well, there's no angle there. And so what Dicker just wanted to do was try to gain some positive yards, put his shoulder down. It was more because he ran out of the room than because of a good tackle.
That one went for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 7. Watertown's ball on the 37-yard line. There's the replay.
Here's the replay.
Here's the hit. Great hit by Haggerty. Watertown comes up to the line of scrimmage.
Watertown strong on the left-hand side.
Here's the quick give right up the middle to DeRosa. He gets across the 40 to maybe the 41-yard line for a gain of about 3. Looks like it's going to be about 4th and 4, 4th and 3.
Depending on the spot, 4th and about 4, Jake.
Skip Carino, the tri-captain, was down for a minute. He's back up. He looks like he's holding his hand. Seems to be okay. Shook it off. Number 9, Paul Fantasia, back to punt.
I believe this is their first punt of the game, Jake.
Yes, it is. Back deep for Stoneham, number 10, Tom Adams. He caught that pass. There's a pretty good punt. Ball's going to take a bounce. Adams takes it on about the 30, breaks it across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Nice play. John Casatino doing a nice play, staying in his lane, fighting off the blocker and making the tackle.
Marcasano, actually, I think it was Ashley. Number 78 made that hit, I believe.
Well, let's see the replay.
John Deal, we were both wrong. Number 68 made the tackle. Stoneham takes over at their own 38-yard line, 1st and 10, 7:42 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
I still say the initial hit was made by number 21.
Well, I'll believe you then. We'll go back and check the defensive alignment for Watertown after this play. Here's a give to Lockhart. Breaks a couple of tackles. Gets up to about the 49-yard line. Good tackle by Eric Lockhart.
And that one run equals his whole first half total.
Absolutely, that's first.
Just about.
Looks like a first down. They are moving the chains.
Just about a 10.5, 11-yard gain, which equals his yards for the first half.
Here's a replay on it. does a good job. He's being gang tackled and still picked up an extra 4 to 5 yards on his own for the first down. On defense for Watertown, Tatansky and Schneider at the ends. Marcasano and Stratakis at the tackles. Mike Rossi at the nose guard. Joel Harris, Tom Dicker at the linebackers. We'll get back to that in a second. Here's a quick give to Carino again, where he's held up by number 29, Tom Dicker. Picked up maybe 3-4 yards.
All week long, Coach McGovern has been practicing and preaching not hand tackling. Last week they didn't do a good job. There were a lot of hand tackles, and they were very concerned throughout the week about that. And a lot of work to try to prevent that. On the first play from line of scrimmage,
that's why they lost 48-14.
That's why. In the first play of this half, that's why Lockhart gained the 10 yards. A lot of arm tackles, and hopefully they'll wake them up, and they won't do that again.
Of course, against Reading last week, Dave Pizzotti completed 9 of 13 passes for 259 yards and 3 touchdowns. Reading improved to 3-0. 2nd and 6 from the 47 on a 4-yard gain by Carino. Here's the give to Lockhart. He gets tripped up by number 55, Mike Rossi. Skips across the 45 to maybe the 44-yard line, it looks like. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 3.
I'm still amazed by Eric Lockhart and the agility that someone that size has. We still haven't seen him with any quick bursts of speed, but the shiftiness he has.
He does have quick feet, doesn't he?
Very quick feet. He's shifty, and you would think someone that size would run a lot of power, but he hasn't really done that.
Flags all over the place. Looks like motion on Stoneham. Should knock him back 5 yards. Make it 3rd and 9 from the 49.
And that's what hurt Stoneham also in the first half, penalties.
Absolutely. Illegal motion. You see the official with the signal.
Now instead of having 3rd and short, now it's 3rd and long. And again, they did pretty well on the play action passes. They really can't drop back and throw a long pass because there's been good penetration on the defensive line of Watertown.
Do you have your cornerbacks and your safeties play up tight on something like this? Actually, where Watertown's getting good penetration on the defensive line, they're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Do you have them play up a little bit tighter instead of giving them that 5 yards?
Well, you could, but like in the first half, they give up a big play because of that. You probably right now want to just guard against the big play.
Donahue back to pass, knocked down by Tom Dicker on a great play. Dicker came busting through the left side of the offensive line, got a hand up on O'Donoghue's pass and knocked it down. It's going to be 4th and 9 from the 49.
Good first series of the Watertown defense.
And I keep saying O'Donoghue is it's O'Donnell, the quarterback for Stoneham. Here's a replay on it. You're going to see Tom Dicker come from his linebacker slot, comes right up the middle of the field, and just gets a big paw up in the air and just bats it away. And isn't that what coaches preach to you, especially the linemen and linebackers?
If you can't get to the quarterback, at least put your hands up so you take away his throwing lane and put pressure on him.
There's a bad snap and a good punt. We got flags everywhere.
I think his knee was down, Jake.
I think he was
down. He back on the 40, actually the 37-yard line.
50, 40, 37, 36, 37-yard line.
They're going to call it down that. Watertown's possession on the 36-yard line.
He fielded that ball on his knee. He had to go down and make it. It was a bad snap.
Good call by the officials. First down, Watertown on the Stoneham 38-yard line. Here's the replay. As we see a low snap, comes down, he's on his knee, on his right knee, and of course in high school football, once you're on a knee, you can't get back up and advance the football.
And there's also, looks like a penalty on Watertown.
No, I think it's just an official's timeout. When they hit their hat like that, it's just an official's timeout. They're just explaining to both teams, both coaches.
Why are they moving the ball back?
I have no idea on this one.
Watertown's defense is on the field. Are they going to do this again?
Here's the knee down on the right-hand side. You see he's on the 38-yard line. Good job by the camera crew.
I don't understand what's going on here. And they've marked the ball at the 34-yard line of Watertown. And Watertown's going to have the football. Too many men on the field for Watertown.
And they're calling a first down for Stoneham.
For Stoneham. What Devastating penalty.
I thought that when a referee touches his cap like that, it's either ineligible downfield, but I didn't know it was too many men on the field. Obviously it is. And a first down for Stoneham. Big call.
Terrible play. O'Donnell, the give to Lockhart. Busts across, breaks to the outside, to the right. He's held up for a moment by Allegro. He breaks to the left. He skids his way through, gets down, and he's finally dragged down at about the 4-yard line by, it looked like, number 78, John Marcasano. Ball's going to be marked just inside the 5 at about the 4.5-yard line. That penalty, obviously, very devastating to Watertown. Here's the replay on it.
Again, look at the quick feet of Lockhart.
He just
and
ran.
Again, the arm tackling of Watertown defense, just killing him on that.
He just ran over Andrew Allegro on the right corner.
He's a big kid.
Yeah.
But Watertown
5'11", 226 pounds is Eric Lockhart.
But the Red Raiders, being the emotional team that they are, really were dealt a blow on that last call. You can see it just deflated them on that last play.
O'Donnell with the snap. There it is to Lockhart. He's stopped at about the 3-yard line. A gain of maybe 2.
As we see the size of Lockhart, he's bigger than most of their offensive linemen.
Absolutely. Checking in for Watertown, number 93, George Paris, 6'1", 280-pound tackle. He'll be there to shore up the middle of that defensive line. Watertown's assistant coach is screaming at the officials. I think they were looking for a hold on that last play. Here's O'Donnell, again the give to Lockhart. Gets down to about the 1 and he's pushed back. He does not get in. Got down to maybe the 2-yard line. Here's a replay. Here he comes across the 5, down
Maybe
about the 2 to 3 yard line.
Maybe a 2-yard gain.
3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 3rd and 3. Ball's on the 3-yard line. Big play for Watertown's defense. O'Donnell under center. Here's the give to Carino, and he walks into the end zone. Right behind his right tackle again.
Again, the same play they scored on in the first half.
The quick give.
Quick give.
You're going to see a replay on it here. That is a real quick give.
It is, and all you need to do is just stand your man up and let the running back find the hole, and that's what happened on that play.
Number 3, Ryan Flynn. There's the kick. It's good. Stoneham takes a 14-6 lead. Well, the penalty, too many men on the field, devastating to Watertown as Stoneham comes right down the field, scores a touchdown on 4 or 5 plays, and they would have been stopped. It would have been 4th and 19.
I'm almost speechless.
I think we need the Pittsburgh Steelers fax machine sent down to find out if there were 11 guys on the field. I was awfully surprised to see the NFL suspend and fine 2 officials on that. I think it's the first time in all my years of watching football that I've seen an official reprimanded, and not only reprimanded, but fined and suspended for a game.
Well, I haven't seen them fined before. I mean, I have seen them fined, but not suspended. Usually if they make mistakes, they're cut off the team for a while, but they need to have better officials.
I mean, of course, they fined Cower also, and Cower was out of line, going over and stuffing the fax copy from his press box into the official's pocket. But
he made his point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, he basically told him, look, that may have cost him the football game, although they did get beat handedly. Here's the kick, deep to the right side to Tiperio. He drops it momentarily, picks it back up, and he's dropped down at about the 15-yard line, and we got a flag on the play. It looks like a face mask against Stoneham, or possibly a late hit.
But
Dead
also
ball, personal foul.
just to complete the point that you made with the Steelers, the same way that they were deflated after that play, the same way Watertown was deflated after that one play. They regrouped just a bit, but it was that one play right after that big penalty that let Stoneham get back in this game.
They're working on Dicker. I didn't see what happened, but Dicker is being worked on again on the sideline by Steve DeBenedetti.
Like you hit his elbow.
Yeah, they're taping him. Watertown comes out, 1st and 10 at the 33 after the 15-yard personal foul late hit on Stoneham. There's a gift from Fantasia.
Hold on to the ball.
Comes up to about the 37-yard line. That was Mark Timperio with the carry, maybe the 39. A gain of about 5.
And that run was behind George Chooch. Joey Ube on the right-hand side.
Dicker's back into the lineup. They haven't run to the left side of the offensive line at all tonight. And they did such a great job of it in the first game.
Well, that must be the strong side of the Stoneham defense. They're obviously staying away from it. Number 32 looks like a player. And they look like they can run a little bit better to the right-hand side.
Number 32, Skip Carino. Here's the give to Timperio again across the left side. Fights for first down yardage, and he's going to be close, but he might be about a yard short. Looked like about a 5-yard carry. Got it up to about the 42, and it is a first down. Good job by Mark Timperio fighting for that first down yardage.
It is real important on this drive for them to gain back some momentum. Even if they don't score, they need to get back in the game emotionally. They need to control the line of scrimmage. They need to at least get back into it and let Stoneham know they're not going away.
1st and 10 from the 42, 1:30 remaining in the third quarter. Fantasia, the give to Dicker across the left side. Bulls up for maybe 1-2 yards. Should be about 2nd and 8. He's dragged down by number 32, Skip Carino. We've been saying that name all night. He's the Tom Dicker of Stoneham.
He is. He's a player.
Lockhart has had a couple of runs that have shown what his capabilities are and why he's listed as, you know, one of the top stars in the league. But Carino has definitely overshined him tonight. Timperio wide right. Fantasia give to Dicker straight up the middle. Gain of about 5. It's going to be about 3rd and 4. Brought down by number 58 for Stoneham, Tim Sullivan.
You know, when you have a big back such as Lockhart or Dicker, as a defense, you know that they're going to get their yards. What you want to do is try to prevent the big plays by the other players. If you can control them, then they're going to get their yards anyway. But you want to control the other players and try to take the other players out of it.
3rd and 4 from the 48. Definitely 2-down offense here for Watertown if they don't convert on this third down. Here's Dicker. He gets across to the 51, maybe 52-yard line.
He's got
the spot is going to be close, and it's going to be very close to a first down if it's not already. They're going to come out, I think, and yeah, they're going to measure. Clock stops right with 0 time left on the clock for the third quarter, so that has expired.
And again, as Watertown gets closer to scoring, that missed extra point looms very large here.
Well, if they should score a touchdown here, they're obviously going to have to go back for the 2-point conversion again to tie it. Here come the chains. Going to get a great look at it here. He's short by about a foot and a half. We're going to get a look at it again. Well, I tell you,
It looked like he had it on the replay.
well, again, it's a tough look, but I thought the spot was pretty good by the officials, but just about a foot short. So it's going to be 4th and a foot and a half for the first down.
Crucial play here for the Red Raider offense. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Well, obviously, with a foot and a half to go, you got to look for Dicker. as the Stoneham offense is here. What do you think here? You think that Stoneham, I'm going to guess before they come to the line of scrimmage, they're going to have a ton of guys on the line of scrimmage.
Well,
do you maybe run an option?
Well, you don't want to go, no. You probably want to go straight up the middle if you're going to run the ball at all. It would be a good time to use the play option pass, but it's more important that you keep possession and keep the drive alive.
Stoneham with 9-10 guys on the line of scrimmage. This Dicker right up the middle. He's got the first down. Forward progress will give it to him. He's got it by about a yard, 2 yards. So looked like about a 3-yard run for Tom Dicker for the first down. Good job by the offensive line on the right side. Again, George Chooch, Marcasano, and Ayubi. Be 1st and 10 on Stoneham's 46-yard line. Watertown in the black, Stoneham in white. Watertown moving from your right to left. 3-back offense for Watertown. Here's the give to Temperio, and he is absolutely slammed and dropped at his own 48-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 4 to 5 yards. Stoneham read that one perfect.
And with a defense such as, actually with an offense such as Watertown, I don't think you really want to run parallel to the line of scrimmage. You want to attack it, and they have a lot of success when they're running from the I formation, running straight through the line of scrimmage. And even so, even if you run into a wall, you're going to gain about 3 or 4 yards. If you run parallel with the penetration that Stoneham's been getting, you put yourself in situations where you're losing yardage, such as the last play.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13 from their own 49. There's a fake. Fantasia is sacked and buried. The ball's going to be spotted at the Watertown 44-yard line.
Looked like somebody on the right side just came through uncovered.
Number 5 for Stoneham, and absolutely nobody touched Don Domoretsky. Nobody touched him. 3rd and 19 for Watertown. Ball on their own 44 with 8:25 remaining in the 4th quarter. And this, again, is a big play. They're going to need to convert here to keep this drive alive. Here's a fake. Fantasia holds, keeps it, comes across, gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. He's still going to be 13 yards short. It was a 6-yard gain by Fantasia, and Watertown's going to have to punt the football away.
8 minutes left to go in the game.
Well, they're going to call on their defense again.
They have to. They have to. This defense has stood tall all game. With the exception of a few big plays, they've done really well. They need to step up here, have a short, quick possession from Stoneham, and then get the ball back and score. They've got to score. And again, that 2-point conversion looms very large.
Offside on Stoneham. Here's the punt taken by Adams. Comes across the 30. He's hit once. Running parallel. Breaks the 30 to the 40, 45. Dragged down at about the 50-yard line.
But there is a flag down.
There's offside on the left side of the defensive line for Stoneham. It's going to give Watertown another shot at a punt. It'll be 4th and 8. You can see the big left tackle or left end for Stoneham move. We'll get his number in just a second. Here's the call by the official.
We also know why they were kicking the ball on the ground in the kickoff. Stoneham has a lot of weapons on the field.
They sure do.
That's the first time we've seen number 10,
Tom Adams. No, actually, he ran back a kickoff, and he also caught that 50-yard pass.
They have some weapons on the field.
There's the ball being marked off. It's going to be 4th and 8. We're going to go to a replay here, and we're going to see. You're going to look right at the left end. There he is, number 5. Don Domoretsky again jumped. 4th and 8 from the 44. Fantasia back to punt again. Adams back for Stoneham. Here's the snap. It's high. Fantasia hits a nice high punt. Adams fields it at about the 15. Breaks to the left. He's got nowhere to go. Comes back around to the right side. Here's Castanino. There's a clip. There's a clip or a hold on number 59 for Stoneham. Errol Flynn.
But a good job by John Castanino to stay in his lane, He didn't get out of position. When the play came back toward his way, he made the play.
Did a great job.
John Castaneda. What's the best way to meet people in Watertown? Channel 13's magazine show, All Around Town. We'll introduce you to the many artists, business people, and just plain folks who have interesting stories to tell. Tune in at 7:30 p.m. on the first and third Wednesdays of each month on the cable channel 13.
First and 10 from the 14-yard line for Stoneham. So with the good high punt, a run back by Adams, but we had a hold on Stoneham. That negated the good run back by Adams. Watertown needs a quick stop here, 3 and out.
7 minutes, 3 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's the handoff to Lockhart. He's hit by 2-3 guys, but only after he picks up, he gets up across the 15 to about the 17-yard line for a gain of 3.
Even when it looks like you stopped Lockhart, he still gains 4 or 5 yards.
Absolutely, he's got quick feet, and I'll tell you, he's a big, strong kid also. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage on that play, and he still managed to grab 3 yards.
Wouldn't you love to be the college coach looking at these two backs, Lockhart and Dicker, and possibly having both of them in the same backfield?
I think they're probably slated more for Division II, Division III, maybe one AA somewhere, or an Ivy League school they could probably play, but
looks like Lockhart moved the whole pile.
Absolutely.
And got the first down.
Broke that ball. It's going to depend upon the spot again, but it is a first down because he got the ball to just inside the 24-yard line. Just coming up on 6 minutes to play. Watertown's defense needs to stand tall as they have all night. They've got to stop them and leave themselves enough time on the clock to move the football.
They have all their timeouts left, Jake, so a good stand here. They have plenty of time to march down the field and score, but they need the defense to step up and stop Stoneham here. 5:47 left to go.
Here's the snap.
Nice hit by...
They hit him the wrong way. They gave him an extra 3 yards, 4 yards. The hit by number 83, Justin Schneider, actually moved the propulsion and moved the pile forward for a gain of about 3 to 4 yards.
And again, Dicker makes the big hit. But the thing that Coach McGovern was preaching about all week was arm tackling. You can make the big hit, but you have to wrap up. And they haven't been wrapping up. They've been making the big hits. But the Stoneham players have been bouncing off those hits and gaining 4, 5, 6 extra yards.
Watertown called a timeout here. Stopping the clock with 5:24. We're going to get another look at it.
You see Dicker making a good hit, but the arm tackle. And Carino gains a good 5 extra yards after the hit.
Here's a good look at the Watertown defense being coached.
Coach Paul Mayberry.
Along with Buster McGovern, Charlie Veno, Scott Tuesday, Kevin Gilday, and Mike McGovern. Mike McGovern's a volunteer. Comes down and offers his assistance to the Red Raiders. 2nd and 4 from the 31. 5:24 remaining in this one. Watertown, again, I hate to be redundant, but their defense definitely needs to come up with a big stop.
And they've been playing some very good football. And it must be frustrating for the coaches for them to play such good football, but then lack the fundamentals and have Stoneham gain 4 or 5 extra yards just by not wrapping up.
Here's the snap to give to Lockhart. Across the left side, scampers to the outside. He's grabbed and brought down by Castanino.
Good job by the Watertown defense, but again, a good mark of a good back is how many people he can make miss when he's carrying the ball. You can tell Lockhart is making a lot of people miss. He's a good back with good quick feet. Same thing as Tom Dicker. He make the initial person miss on the first hit. That's the sign of a good back.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 3.
Big play for the Watertown defense.
Ball's on the 33. Here's a give to the first back through.
Stopped the line of scrimmage.
Carino is stopped just inside the 35-yard line, about the 34.
Looked like John Deal was in on that tackle.
That play went for, looks like no gain. Or maybe a gain of 1. 3rd and 2.
55, Mike.
Stoneham needs to get the ball just across the 35-yard line. Nose of the ball literally across the 35 will give them a first down. It's 4th and 1.
I'm surprised Watertown doesn't spend a timeout here.
Yeah, myself also. 3:50, 3:49, 3:48 remaining.
Back deep, Paul Fantasia.
Here's the punt. Good high kick. I've lost it in the lights. It takes a Stoneham bounce down to,
about
looks like the 35-yard line. Watertown's going to take over with 3:32 remaining in the ball game. They're going to take over it. Looks like to be about their own 35-yard line.
Good defensive stand by the Red Raiders.
They're going to need to march 65 yards, 64 yards to tie this up. Again, they've got 4 timeouts remaining. And with the clock stopping to move the markers, they've definitely got plenty of time. Costanino wide right. Fantasia under center. There's the give to Dicker. Breaks one to the left outside to the left. Comes across the 35, across the 40 to about the 43-yard line.
And Watertown's
clock continues to run. Watertown on a hurry-up offense.
They're having a good success getting outside, getting the corner. Dickers has been one step away from breaking a big one several times this evening.
Absolutely. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Watertown did not elect to use a timeout there. Here's the give to Dicker again. Comes to the outside to the right. Runs over a couple of people. Gets across the
2 minutes, 49 seconds left to go in the game. First down, Watertown.
They call a timeout.
Chains will move.
Ball's going to be marked at Watertown's 47-yard line. Be 2nd and 4. What do you say when your child asks for a pair of $90 sneakers? What's the best way for 4th graders to organize their homework? The Watertown Channel's Parenting Show answers these questions and more. Tune in to Understanding Your School-Age Child at 7 p.m. on the 1st and 3rd Wednesday of the month. My kid asked, well, I don't have a kid, but if I were married and had a kid, my kid asked for $90 sneakers, I'd probably send him down the street and tell him to buy a pair of $30 sneakers.
There you go.
I remember growing up in Watertown, we had the Hood Rubber over here, and every Wednesday we used to go in and get free sneakers at Sneaker Test. Jack
Really?
Purcell's, absolutely. We were supposed to go once a month, but of course, I went every week. I'd scuff them up and make them look old. Had to get a new pair every week.
We used to wear the Pumas back when they were back in the 70s.
First and 10 from the 47. 2 minutes, 49 seconds. 2-back set. Here's a give to Dicker. Across the 47, 48, up to about the 49.5-yard line. Clock continues to run.
They're right at the 50, Jake. And there's still plenty of time. There's no need to panic yet. 2 minutes, they still have enough time to do what they need to do.
They're wasting valuable time, though. They've got to throw the ball on some out patterns. They've got to do something. They're not going to be able to reach the end zone picking up 5-6 yards at a carry.
But they're still hoping to spring Dicker through. If he can get one big play.
Here he goes again. He breaks one outside, turns to the left. Straight arms a couple of guys, gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
There you go.
That's a late hit. Late hit on number 8, McShane, and O'Donnell is very upset. Dicker actually came up over the fence. That's going to be 15 yards, so that'll help Watertown's cause. O'Donnell was extremely upset.
Well, he didn't really mean to hit Dicker out of bounds. It was momentum carried him right on Dicker's back, and it carried both of them over the fence. Good call by the officials.
We're going to get a look at it here. Dicker goes to the right, gets piled up at the line of scrimmage and breaks one out to the left. You'll see him come in, straight arm there. He gets dragged out of, but he's well out of bounds when O'Donnell hits him. And Dicker came up over the fence.
And here he is.
You see him here on the sidewalk. So the ball all of a sudden gets moved down to the 30-yard line. 2:09 remaining in this one, and Watertown is definitely within range of getting into the end zone.
That's just as good as a pass, isn't it?
No, I still want to see him throw the ball. I like the wide open offense. Always have.
Well, now you have trips to the right, 3 receivers to the right-hand side.
Give me Darryl LaMonica, the Mad Bomber. Fantasia rolls to the right. This is a pitch to Tom Dicker, who's buried at the 35-yard line. Stoneham has keyed that play every single time tonight. I'm surprised they're still running it.
And that's a tough play to run to the side with the trips. You have 3 receivers on the right-hand side being covered by 3 defensive men, and they didn't bite at all. They came up, they made the tackle and contained Fantasia, and now we're at the 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter.
There's a shot of Paul Buster McGovern talking to Fantasia and Temperio. I'd really like to see him open up the offense a little bit. Take a couple of shots in the air. I mean, they're keying on Dicker in the backs every single play.
And I'm surprised. They had a few good play-action passes in the first 2 games. And you don't need to throw the ball a lot, but pick your spots.
And you don't need to throw it deep either. Quick slant, quick out pattern, something quick that, you know, a Stoneham guy, just like Fantasia, went for the interception, went for the pick, and you miss it, and you get one quick break, and you're gone.
That was an 8-yard pass, turned into an 88-yard run.
2nd and 15 from the 35. 2 minutes remaining.
You have 3 receivers to the right-hand side.
There it is, back to Dicker. Tosses it downfield, and it's almost picked off. Terrible pass. Looked like a wounded duck up there. That is not quite what I had in mind when I said I'd like to see him air it out. There were four Stoneham defenders as we take a look at it on a replay. You're going to see 4 Stoneham white shirts right back there with the receivers. They stayed with them, and they were lucky that ball didn't get picked off.
If it was thrown about 60 yards, it would have been a good play.
Absolutely.
But it was thrown 60 yards, Dicker might be a quarterback rather than a running back.
3rd and 15 from the 35. Allegro wide left. Castanino in the slot, Dicker in motion. Here's the snap, Fantasia back across the middle, and he's up. He goes down to the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, Watertown! Touchdown, number 83, Watertown. Justin Snyder. Just what I called twice. Quick up over the middle, a quick slant from Fantasia to Snyder. And that play goes for 35 yards, and Watertown's within the 2-point conversion to tie in this game with 1:46 remaining.
Good call.
Great call. Great call by Paul Buster McGovern. Quick slant over the middle. They're keying on the defense all the way through. They're keying on the offense. And
here's
Tom
the replay.
Dicker.
Quick look in.
Just a quick little
move,
dump
and he's
pass.
Gone.
And Justin Schneider
untouched
rambles down the field with that blazing speed. The Watertown faithful on their feet, cheering them on. Watertown's on the sideline, the entire offensive unit on the sideline right now.
Well, here's the game, Jake.
This is it. Watertown gets in here, they get the conversion, and then their defense, again, is going to have to stand it up one more time.
1 minute, 46 seconds left. Watertown 12, Stoneham 14, but we have the 2-point conversion coming up.
That botched extra 2-point conversion in the first half by Watertown looms very large right now. If they converted, Watertown's got a chance of winning this football game.
That's true.
If they had converted that, you got a tie football game. And Dicker's been pretty good on the 1 extra point on the kick. Here you see the scoreboard, 1:44 remaining. Watertown comes back out onto the field. Castanino, DeRosa, Dicker, Fantasia, Allegro, Marcasano, Rossi.
Here they are, 3 yards away from tying this game.
Another dump pass.
No, you've got to spread them out, and you've got to get it to Dicker on one side to let him take it in. There's the option.
There's the option. Fantasia keeps it. He's got it! The conversion is good. It's tied up at 14 here in Watertown. 1:44 remaining. Paul Fantasia keeps it. A great block by Tom Dicker coming into the left corner. He literally took out 2 Stoneham defenders. Watertown has tied it. And Stoneham is, all of a sudden, the wind is out of their sails.
Good drive just when they needed it by the Watertown Red Raiders. Gutsy call by Coach McGovern.
Well, that late hit by number 20, John O'Donnell,
Here's the
very,
replay.
very large.
Here's the replay on the extra point, the option. Fantasia goes around on the left side, but look right here where Tom Dicker throws the key block as Fantasia sneaks into the left-hand side.
Now, if he doesn't have the football in his own hands, he's doing something to help this football team, and he's done that in his entire career here at the high school.
You're talking about the consummate football player. Offense, defense. You saw him run
Kicks.
down the player. Last 2 weeks in a row, he's run down a player from behind that would have scored had he not done so. Tom Dicker is the consummate football player.
Well, Watertown will kick off now, and I'm pretty sure, again, that it'll be a squib kick. Ashley, I don't think, like you said, that you don't want to let their backs, they've got a pretty good set of guys that run kicks and punch back, so I'm sure they're going to kick a squib. What does Stoneham do on offense to, with a minute 44?
Well, Stoneham has already shown that they can throw the ball, so they're a little bit more comfortable in passing to the outside. With 1 minute 44 seconds left, they have to use the clock well. They have their timeouts left, so we'll see. But they have to throw the ball to the outside, not use the clock.
Tom Adams and Derek McShane back. Here's the kick by Dicker. Squibs it right down the middle, picked up by Adams. Comes across the 40, dropped at the 41-yard line. 1:39 remaining. 14-14, Stoneham's football on their own 41-yard line. They're going to have to march 59 yards or less, unless they've got a pretty good kicking game. And again, I don't know that.
Well, looks like they can probably hit a field goal, but they have to get down to about the 10, 15, 20-yard line in order to do so. They probably can't make it any further than that. If you're Watertown, of course, you have to watch out for number 1.
And actually, there's a wind that is picked up here, and that wind is blowing right into Stoneham's face right now.
With all the weapons that Stoneham has now, Watertown has got to step up. And they've got to prevent the big play.
Here they come to the line of scrimmage. O'Donnell, back to pass. Throws it over the middle, complete to number 34. Greg Del Greco.
Again, Lockhart just threw a monster block on Timperio, who's in freshman, the quarterback.
And he knocked Timperio over backwards. Great block by Eric Lockhart. Not only runs with the ball well, but he's a good blocking back. And a timeout is called by Stoneham. The ball's on Watertown's 46. 1:31 remaining. Well, actually, the ball's on the, it's on the 46. Scoreboard shows the 44. Ball is on the 46-yard line. 1:31 remaining. Watertown's defense really needs to come up big.
And now you're seeing the will of 2 football teams, 2 well-coached, 2 hungry football teams in the Middlesex League.
Do you, as a defense here, knowing that they're probably going to throw the ball, maybe blitz?
No.
And make him pressure him into throwing the ball maybe before he wants to?
Well, anytime you blitz, you're susceptible to the big play. And I think they have enough protection. They're comfortable throwing the ball. So anytime you have enough protection, you can pick up the blitz and look for the big play. If you're Watertown, you don't want to give it up. You'd rather play man-on-man. Play it safe. They still have to get to the end zone or get close in order to win this game. And you don't want to give it up on a mistake. You don't want to give it up on a big play. Coach Lonnie for the Stoneham team.
Here they come back out.
But again, Stoneham has so many different weapons that you don't know which way they're going to attack now.
O'Donnell, back to pass.
Again, good pressure.
Throws it deep down the middle to Adams. It's complete. And he fumbled it. He fumbled it into the end zone. Covered by Watertown. Covered the ball. Covers the ball. We'll get the ball on the 20-yard line. A great catch by Tom Adams. And he was stripped of it. He was stripped by
Now there's discussion by the officials.
And Lockhart walking off very upset. Tells me that it's going to be Watertown's ball on the 20 with 1:19 remaining.
Now that was the huge play that Watertown was looking for.
Here's a replay of it. You're going to see a great pass by O'Donnell, a great catch by Adams, and he is stripped by, I'm still trying, number 9, Paul Fantasia. Great play, although he got beat. Fantasia did get beat deep. He came back and stripped Adams.
Now that's the same play that happened last week against Reading. Last week it was Tom Dicker. This week it is Paul Fantasia stripping the ball and recovered by Watertown.
That fumble, by the way, was recovered by Andrew Allegro, who was starting at the safety spot for Dicker, where Dicker's in. Here's Fantasia. Put the ball away, Paul. Good job up to the 30-yard line. 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining. A timeout called by Stoneham. That's going to be actually the clock stopped because of the first down. Clock starts ticking again. Fantasia just stops the clock. I don't think he had enough guys on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys on the field for Watertown. And that's great, smart heads-up play by Paul Fantasia. Just taking a snap and throwing it into the ground to stop the clock. Obviously, there was a mix-up on the sideline, and they were short a guy. There's Watertown's cheerleaders with plenty to cheer about tonight. They've done a great job cheering on the Red Raiders. Again, they are led by Terry Doherty and the Watertown Red Raider Band by Ms. Lisa Button.
I think the Red Raiders are going to take a shot here.
102, this Fantasia. He throws it down. Dicker covers it up. Why are they running this play?
I don't understand why.
Hand the ball off to Dicker and let him run the football and keep the clock running. I don't understand this play calling selection.
Well, they want to get the corner on the outside. They've been having success doing that, but you don't need to pitch it.
But you don't need to pitch it on this. You lose the football here. There's still 53 seconds, and Stoneham's got 2 timeouts left.
And they also have a field goal kicker that looks like he can hit from about 30, 35, possibly 40 yards out.
Stoneham called a timeout here. 53 seconds. It's going to be 3rd down and, gosh, what it seemed to be an eternity. It's probably about 15 yards.
Well, 52 seconds left.
3rd and 18 from their own 22. Fantasia under center. Back to pass. He's hit. Knocked down. It's incomplete.
And the clock stops.
47 seconds remaining. We got to fight for the ball. I don't know why everybody's fighting for the football. It's definitely incomplete.
Well, there was a question of whether his arm was in motion or not.
No doubt. He was definitely moving forward with it.
There was no doubt.
His own man got blocked right into him. So it's going to be 4th and 18, and Watertown's going to be forced to punt.
Here's a replay.
You see there that his arm is definitely moving forward. Fantasia to punt. Tom Adams, number 10, back for Stoneham. He's had some good run backs.
47 seconds is a lot of time.
There's the punt.
Good job getting off. Good punt under pressure.
That is going to be out of bounds at the...
About a 50-yard line.
49-yard line of Stoneham. They've got to go 51 yards for the touchdown. 40 seconds remaining. 14-14 tie here at Watertown's Victory Field.
That was not a good possession by the Watertown Red Raiders. All they needed to do after that first down was get one more first down. Run 4 plays, run 4 plays,
or run 3 plays with Dicker right up the middle, and if he gets the first down, great. If not, punt the football away.
And the clock runs out.
But you force them to continue to call timeouts.
Exactly. Now, once again, the Watertown Red Raider defense is called on to seal this game.
And they've done a great job doing it all night long, so let's see if we can hold on one more time.
And just remember, the last possession, number 1, Lockhart did not see the ball.
Well, they're probably going to throw the ball again. O'Donnell under center, back to pass. He's got pressure, and he just throws it away.
Smart play by the...
Good heads-up play. Great catch by a fan. And a nice throw back onto the field by the same fan.
34 seconds left.
2nd and 10, ball still at the 49. Watertown had great pressure up the middle on that play.
They did. They also had good coverage downfield. That's why the quarterback had nobody to throw it to. It was a good decision to throw it out of bounds.
Number 66, Mario Stratakis, was right in on O'Donnell and forced him to throw the football away.
All night long, we've seen the Watertown defensive line put good pressure on the Stoneham quarterbacks whenever they attempt to pass.
And I'll tell you, Stratakis showed pretty good speed right there, being as big boy as he is, 5'9", 210 pounds.
Yes, he did.
O'Donnell under center. Del Greco in motion. Up. We got motion, number 60 on the offensive line for Stoneham. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Nick Riley. That'll knock him back again another 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15. Again, Stoneham penalties continue to hurt them.
But again, if you're Watertown, you're looking to not give up the big play.
You do not let anybody get behind you, do you?
No one gets behind you. Don't give up the big play. Put good pressure on the quarterback and just play good disciplined football. They don't need to make any, they don't need any heroes right here. They just need to be solid as a unit.
33 seconds remaining. Again, Del Greco in motion. O'Donnell takes the snap, straight back. A lot of pressure. Throws one deep. Fantasia picks it off. Just fall down on it. Just fall down on it. He breaks free. No, he laterals to Kevin DeRosa. DeRosa comes across the 50 to the 40 to the 42-yard line. 19 seconds left. A pickoff by Paul Fantasia, and that should seal it for Watertown. Ashley, as great as and exciting as it was with the lateral to DeRosa, you don't do that.
You don't.
You put the ball away and fall down.
Because you have 19 seconds left in the clock. All you need to do is just run a couple plays. It's over.
God forbid, fortunately, it didn't happen. We're going to see the replay of it here, but God forbid, fortunately, that ball on the lateral was not intercepted.
But you know what, Jake? I think one thing we're forgetting here, it is a 14-14 tie, and still, they're trying to win the ball game.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's true, too.
If he had scored, they win the ball game.
That's true. Forward lateral.
There was a flag on the play.
It's a forward lateral. They're going to march it all the way back to the 44-yard line, or 44-yard line. 19 seconds remaining. Throw a couple of bombs downfield, see what happens.
Now here's the play again. Stoneham throws it deep. It's intercepted by Fantasia. Fantasia comes up, but he hands the ball off in front of him.
Oh, he handed it to him. Yep.
Back to live action.
Here's Dicker coming up the right side, wide open football field. One man to beat. Tom Dicker breaks to the 40, to the 30, down to the 22, and he gets out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Tom Dicker also with a great smart play by stepping out of bounds with 10 seconds left.
Heads up play by Dicker. Now the ball is marked at the 26-yard line.
Great play by Tom Dicker, but it was even more impressive is that
the little bit of wind that is out there right now would favor Watertown.
Right here, when he knows he can't beat him, he steps out of bounds, saves time on the clock. Good, smart play by Tom Dicker. Again,
Watertown calls a timeout. Well, you got one shot. You pick up 7, 8, 9, 10 quick yards. Call a quick timeout.
And you've got to give Tom Dicker a chance to win it with his foot.
Absolutely. I definitely concur. They've got to be heads up on it. It's got to be a quick bang-bang play. It can't take much more than 5 or 6 seconds.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Well, he's probably telling Tommy it was a great run job, but you got one more thing to do now.
I think also he's probably telling Tommy he's going to get the ball. He wants to run it in the middle of the field and set up a good field goal attempt from straight on. That's probably what he's telling him. So watch for Dicker to get the ball, run to the middle of the field for them to call their last timeout and for the field goal attempts.
Well, Tom Dicker did it once again. You said that he was going to break one tonight, Ashley, and you were absolutely right.
Matter of fact, I'm not even sure if they're going to run the play. They might kick they're going to try the field goal right now. From here.
And that's a heads-up play in case there's a penalty. It's going to be a 45-yard attempt by Tom Dicker. The snap, the ball's down, the kick is blocked. And into the end zone. 2 2 seconds remaining. Stoneham will take over. There was no protection on that. Stoneham's middle just came right through the middle of the Watertown offensive line. The ball never had a chance.
And it's probably in the worst place in the field as far as footing. The field's in great condition, but it is beat up right in the middle, and that's exactly where he kicked it from. Here's the replay of the attempt. Watch as he plants his left foot. Good snap, plants his left foot. It slips just a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And on the field goal attempt from that distance, it's going to be a lower kick ball because it does need some distance.
One more play. I would have to believe that Stoneham will probably just air it out, hope for a Hail Mary.
Most definitely.
Maybe a penalty downfield.
But they're fairly deep in their own territory, too. Again, if it's intercepted, then you have to get a lateral. You have to lateral backwards, not forwards. And again, it would be a good play to try to laterally keep the ball alive and try to come back and win this.
Well, there's only 2 seconds remaining. This will be the final play, barring a penalty.
But we have seen that Stoneham's quarterback does have a good arm, so they really can't underestimate that. They still can't let anybody get behind them. Just play center field, keep everything in front of them.
Now, Watertown looks like they're going to run a 4-man front. They've got their 4 best athletes in Temperio, Fantasia, Dicker, and Castanino back at about the midfield area. And obviously, they're not going to let anybody get behind them.
But I also wouldn't be surprised to see number 1, Eric Lockhart, get one more shot at winning this game with his legs rather than a throw.
All the way back, pass downfield. Oh, and it's just almost picked off by Fantasia. That's the ball game, folks. 14-14. Watertown comes back with less than a minute to play. A very costly penalty. Late hit by Stoneham. Moved Watertown down to about the 35-yard line. Great run by Dicker. Fantasia in again. Great job by the Watertown defense. We really didn't expect Watertown to be able to play with Stoneham. 11 starters returning for Stoneham. They, a good football team expecting to get back to the Super Bowl. Watertown did an absolutely fantastic job.
Let's take a look at the last play.
Lockhart showed late in the second half what he was made out of, but it was a little bit too little too late. And that's a great job by the Watertown football team tonight.
Like you said earlier in the first half, the Watertown defense bent, but they didn't break. And it was an excellent job by the Watertown defense. They contained Lockhart. They only let up a few big plays. And great job, again, by the Watertown defense.
We're going to take a break. We will be back with a wrap-up in just a few minutes, and we'll see you then. We're back here at Victory Field. As you see, a jubilant Watertown football team in the end zone celebrating. They came close to winning the football game. Unfortunately, they did not succeed in winning it, but they did come back. With less than a minute, they scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on a great dive by Paul Fantasia. Great block by Tom Dicker to tie Stoneham at 14 apiece. And Ashley, Watertown did a great job offensively and defensively tonight. They worked hard on both sides of the football. Stoneham, the penalties hurt them.
It did. The penalties on the Stoneham side negated a few of the big plays that they had. But still, we can't take anything away from the Watertown defense. Again, they bent, they didn't break. The great players stepped up and played a great game. You saw a great game out of Paul Fantasia, a great all-around game by Tom Dicker, Kevin DeRosa. And also, the most impressive part was the pressure that the Watertown defensive line put on Stoneham. And they did a good job of not giving them any time to throw. And good overall job by the Watertown team.
Well, that Watertown defense, including Marco Stratakis, who started tonight in place of Keith Langione, did a fantastic job. We heard his name all night long. He was in the face of O'Donnell all night long. He made a lot of great hits. And another big key tonight, as we alluded to earlier, Tom Dicker moving a linebacker to help take away the running game of Stoneham.
And besides a few big plays by number 1, Eric Lockhart on Stoneham, I think he got through for maybe 2 or 3 plays that were over 10 yards. Besides that, they absolutely shut him down. And I think the key to that was Tom Dicker moving the linebacker and keeping an eye on him and shutting things down.
Well, I'll tell you, Skip Carino showed me a lot tonight. The kid is a ball player. He did a lot, and in fact he carried that Stoneham football team in the first half when Lockhart didn't really do a whole heck of a lot.
Well, Stoneham has a lot of weapons, including him, including Lockhart, including O'Donnell, their quarterback.
Del Greco.
They have a lot of weapons, and usually when you have one featured back, the other people want to shine in other ways, whether it's defensively blocking or they're good team players.
I'll tell you who impressed me most on that Stoneham football team tonight was Tom Adams. Kid did a great job, ran back the kicks and punts. Wide receiver, made the great catch, showed outstanding speed. Unfortunately, he just had one guy a little bit quicker than him and Tom Dicker chasing him down the left sideline to stop him from scoring a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Watertown did a great job. We are going to come back to you on the 27th, and where we will be playing, Watertown will be playing Wakefield. And for Ashley Davenport, I am Jake Medanian. We thank you for joining us this evening, and we will see you on the 27th against Wakefield.
Good night.
Good night.